And we are live. Hello and welcome back to New Paltz Sports Network, your home for all athletics news, information, and updates for your New Paltz Hawks. I'm your host, Lola Konopa, a sophomore middle on the women's volleyball team. And every Monday from 7:30 to 8 p.m. on WFNP 88.7 FM and live on YouTube at New Paltz Hawks, we will take a closer look at the experiences of NCAA athletes from different sports here at SUNY New Paltz. I'll be bringing on student athletes here to have conversations, to get to know them, and give them the platform to share their experiences while playing here. I'm very excited to be here, so let's dive right in. All right, and welcome to our 10th episode of New Paltz Sports Network. First up, it is time to serve you some knowledge. Here is your sports fun fact of the day. On April 7th, 1979, nearly a year after his brother Bob pitched a no-hitter, Houston Astros pitcher Ken Forsch tosses his first career no-hitter. Ken and Bob became the first and only brothers to pitch official no-hitters in Major League Baseball history. Now, here are some updates on the upcoming home games this week. On Wednesday, April 9th, women's tennis is playing against Stevens at 3:30 p.m., and women's lacrosse is playing SUNY Morrisville at 4 p.m. On Saturday, April 11th, women's tennis will be celebrating their senior day at 10 a.m., and women's lacrosse will be playing Buff State for their senior day at 11 a.m. Men's lacrosse will be playing Plattsburgh for their greenout game at 1 p.m. For our away games this week, on Tuesday, April 8th, women's tennis will be at Union playing at 3 p.m. On Wednesday, April 9th, men's lacrosse will be at Cortland at 4 p.m. Baseball will be at Mount St. Mary at 4 p.m. On Friday, April 11th, baseball will be at Plattsburgh at 3 p.m. And men's volleyball will be playing the number 4 seed St. John Fisher University for the first round of the United Volleyball Conference Championship at 5 p.m. Men's cross country will be at Sylphin Invitational at 5 p.m. as well as women's cross country. On Saturday, April 12th, men's cross country and women's cross country will be at the same place starting at 5 p.m. Softball will be at Oneonta playing a doubleheader at 1 p.m. and at 3 p.m. And lastly, baseball will be at Plattsburgh playing a doubleheader at 12 p.m. and at 3 p.m. Now, here are some recaps from the games of last week. First up, we're going to start with men's lacrosse. And on Monday, March 31st, SUNY New Paltz lost to Skidmore College 18-5 after falling behind early and allowing 8 unanswered goals. The key performers of the game were Anthony Senecal and Blake Lyons, who each tallied 2 points. The stat leaders were goalies Zach Novak and Eric Waldron, who combined for 17 saves, with Waldron having a career high of 11. Skidmore outshot New Paltz 61-41 and held a 39-28 edge in ground balls. New Paltz slightly edged faceoffs 13-12. On Saturday, April 5th, Ethan Scully scored with 15 seconds left in double overtime to lift SUNY New Paltz to an 8-7 victory, their first SUNYAC win of the season. Anthony Senecal led with 5 points, 3 goals, and 1 assist, and James Flanagan added 3 points. New Paltz dominated shots 47-36, shots on goal 30-19, ground balls 42-24, and faceoffs 14-4. Up next is softball, who had a doubleheader sweep on Wednesday, April 2nd. SUNY New Paltz defeated Skidmore 6-0 and 7-1, improving to 6-12 on the season with their third straight win at home. Sydney Walden pitched a complete game shutout in Game 1. Leah Gunsett earned the win in Game 2, with Morgan Smith closing it out. Jackie Ramito and Kelsey O'Brien led the offense, combining for 4 hits, 3 RBIs, 2 runs, and 3 stolen bases across both games. O'Brien delivered a 3 RBI double in Game 2 to break the game open. Lauren Sorreo and Ella Chirac added key doubles and RBI to Game 1. The Hawks aggressively stole bases throughout both games, using speed to pressure the defense and manufacture runs. The Hawks were supposed to have a doubleheader against Oswego on April 4th and a doubleheader against SUNY Canton on April 5th. Both games were postponed until further notice. Now up next is women's lacrosse. On Wednesday, April 2nd, the girls had a 19-7 win against SUNY Potsdam after trailing 5-1 early. SUNY New Paltz stormed back with a 12-goal unanswered run, taking full control of the game and improving to 8-2 overall. Caitlin Shaw led the offense with 6 goals on 10 shots, adding 5 draw controls, 2 ground balls, and a caused turnover. Morgan Atwater scored 5 goals, led the team with 5 ground balls, and 5 caused turnovers. She also added 2 draw controls. Mia Baldinger became the program's all-time assists leader, and Morgan Woolley set the career record for caused turnovers with 5 in the game. SUNY New Paltz's aggressive ride and midfield play forced numerous turnovers, with Morgan Woolley, Sam Walmut, and Sam DeLuca contributing key defensive plays. Women's lacrosse had a 10-7 loss to SUNY Cortland on Saturday, April 5th. They led 4-3 midway through the third quarter, but Cortland responded with 6 unanswered goals, pulling away to hand the Hawks their first SUNYAC loss of the season. Up next is baseball, who had a 7-4 win over Hartford on Wednesday, April 2nd. SUNY New Paltz stayed undefeated at home with a solid 7-4 win over the visiting University of Hartford. The Hawks jumped to a 3-0 lead in the first inning, capitalizing on key hits by Anthony Paraklowski, Tommy Crater, and Michael Ascanio. On Thursday, April 3rd, Matt Zerini pitched the final 2 innings for the save, allowing no runs or hits with 2 strikeouts, a pickoff, and a game-sealing double play on defense, ultimately giving them the win 5-4. Now for Friday's doubleheader against Oswego, they lost the first game 1-13 in 8 innings, and they won the second game 7-6. For women's tennis, they had a tournament on Sunday, April 6th. They won against Drew 6-1 and then lost to the College of New Jersey 0-7. And last but not least, men's volleyball had a tri-match on Saturday, April 5th. For the first game, they won against Baruch 3-0. The Hawks dominated, earning a sweep over Baruch to start their doubleheader on a high note. Key serving runs by Matt Templansky and Peter Brutchin helped swing momentum in tight first and second sets. For their second game, the Hawks pushed number 5 Juniata to 5 sets, nearly pulling off the upset. After losing the first set, New Paltz bounced back and was able to take the second and third before Juniata forced a fifth. In the fifth set, they pulled out a red card on Nico Tenedorio, giving the Eagles an 8-5 lead, causing the switch of sides on the court. Juniata eventually won 15-13. Now it is time to finally introduce our guests. With a total of 9 goals, 5 assists, and 14 points, Blake has proven to be a key contributor to his team's offensive efforts. He has shown consistency with a notable performance on March 5th against Mount St. Mary, where he scored 3 goals and contributed 3 points. Today on the show, we have freshman midfielder on men's lacrosse, number 1, Blake Lyons.
What's going on, guys? Thanks for having me.
Of course, happy to have you on. And now, before we get into the hard-hitting questions I prepared for Blake today, we are going to take a quick PSA break, so don't go anywhere.
Today's episode, Bobcat in the Cave.
Oh, nuts! There's a bobcat in this cave! Save us, Sassy! You will, but first you'd like to stress the importance of cat adoption? Over 5 million cats go into animal shelters every year and they need to be adopted? Help us, Sassy! Why bother? We'll just get into more trouble tomorrow?
Sassy is brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org. Remember, adopt.
What is dedication?
The thing that drives me every day as a dad is
Dariana, we call him Day Day for short.
Every day he's hungry for something, whether it's attention, affection, knowledge. And there's this huge responsibility in making sure that when he's no longer under my wing, that he's a good person. I want him to be able to sit back one day and go, we worked together, we did a good job.
That's dedication. Find out more at fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
All right, and we are back. Blake, are you ready for these questions?
Yeah, I'm ready.
So what has been the biggest adjustment for your transitioning from high school to college lacrosse?
I'd say definitely the speed of the game. It's a lot quicker. You just have to get used to everyone moving faster, bigger, stronger kids.
Yeah, that's pretty much what everyone says. Like, that was my biggest adjustment, too. Yeah. Now, you're a mechanical engineer major, correct?
Yep.
And how do you balance academics and athletics as a freshman? Because from what I understand, that's a pretty hard major.
Yeah, it's definitely tough. I'd say it definitely helped. We had to do mandatory study hall in the fall, which definitely helped me a lot.
Yeah.
But just going to teachers, getting extra help when I need it, and just studying a lot. Yeah.
So what aspect of your game do you feel improved the most since you've joined the team?
I'd say just my speed, moving the ball quick, dodging off the catch. My defense, I've been playing a lot of D-midi as well, so both sides, yeah.
Nice. I feel like when you come into the sport, also coming to college, like, confidence is a big thing.
Definitely.
And it's like everyone's capable of playing fast, but it's the mindset change that I found most difficult. What has been your favorite game so far in college lacrosse, or moment, either one?
Probably last game in the double OT.
Big win.
Yeah, when E won with the shot in double OT.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
How'd that feel?
It was good. I mean, we definitely should have beat them by more, but
happens.
A win's a win.
A win is a win.
On to the next conference game.
Have you formed any strong relationships with any upperclassmen, and how they help you adapt to the college game?
Definitely. Ethan and Tony, I'm close with them, and Quinn, Sean Cassidy, all of them. They've just taught me, and I've learned so much from them. Tony, I think he's a similar player to me. We just run fast and shoot the ball. So he's taught me a lot how to deal with the speed of the game and stronger kids as well.
Nice. What are your personal goals for the rest of the season or next season?
Definitely just stay more consistent. I want to get 2 goals a game.
2 goals a game.
Yeah, try to get some assists and just always be at my best. Yeah.
Nice. Where do you hope to see yourself skill-wise by the end of freshman year, other than getting 2 goals a game?
Skill-wise, just being the best I could be. Honestly, working hard. Doing the dirty work if I have to go play D-midi whenever, get ground balls, just whatever they need.
Now, what's the difference between like D-midi, regular midi?
So I'm like a 2-way midi.
Okay.
D-midi is like basically only defense. They go in and play defense and then come out when
That's when you
offense.
guys switch.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Offensive midis, obviously you're playing offense, and then 2-way is like what I do.
Yeah.
Play offense and defense, clear the ball, everything.
What do you prefer?
I prefer offense, but
yeah, you like to shoot?
Yeah, but I mean, I also love defense. I like doing both.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to do just one.
Nice. Coming in as a freshman and as a key contributor, what has it been like for you? Did you know it was going to be like that, and has it put a certain kind of pressure on you at all?
Yeah, Coach, he definitely told us that like he'd expect us to play. It is a lot of pressure, honestly, but we're figuring it out as we go. Older kids definitely help us out with that, and there's sometimes 9 freshmen on the field, which is crazy. Yeah. But we're figuring it out, and yeah.
Nice. I mean, me personally, I feel like I always play better with pressure. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I agree.
How would you describe the team culture at New Paltz, and is there a certain attitude or mindset that you think the team values the most?
Yeah, as a team, we're all really close. We're always hanging out with each other, messing around with each other, joking around, on and off the field. We're always together. A certain value is just hard work and like perseverance. Sometimes things aren't going to be easy. Sometimes we're going to lose, but we just got to keep on going and figure it out.
Yeah, and stick together. It sounds like family is kind of like a big value. Can you walk me through your game day routine? How do you mentally and physically prepare for a match?
Sure. I don't do much. I don't do anything really special. I go early.
You just show up, ready to go.
Show up, get ready. On game days, I'm usually quiet.
You're like, because I'm usually like loud and I'm always the one like hyping my team up, playing music. You keep to yourself.
So, like during practice, I'm always like loud, screaming and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Game day before the game, I'm like quiet, like don't talk to me. I don't talk to anyone.
Gotta get in the zone.
Yeah, and then once the game starts, it all goes away. I'm loud again. Yeah.
Nice. Well, that is all for the hard-hitting questions, and we are going to take another quick PSA break before we put Blake in the Hawks hot seat. We'll be right back.
Steven.
Who said that?
Me, down here.
Ugh, what are you, a yellow booger?
I'm a banana slug, Steven.
What are you doing in my room?
I'm your sense of adventure. It's been a long time since we've had an adventure in the forest.
Mom took me to the forest last year.
I'm a slug, Steven. It took me a long time to get here.
You're right. I should get out.
Yeah, the forest is not that far away.
Hey, Mom!
Come to the forest where the more adventurous you lives. Check out discovertheforest.org for cool places nearby. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Those serving in our military, they're the difference makers. Separated from family, enduring hardships far from home, sacrificing for their country. Well, for those of us who support our armed forces through the USO, we get to make a difference too. Through the USO, we get to be the force behind the forces, connecting them to every comfort of family, home, and country possible. It's a good feeling to make a difference. Visit uso.org/force to learn how you can be the force behind the forces.
All right, and we are back. It is now time for the Hawks hot seat. I'm going to ask Blake a series of some rapid-fire questions. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
First up, what is your favorite pregame meal?
I don't eat a lot before pregame. I usually get a box of Honey Nut Cheerios. Just munch on that for a while. Yeah, granola bar. But I just don't usually eat a lot there before a game.
I can't eat a lot either, or else I feel like I'll throw up.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
If you were stranded on a desert island, what teammate would you want with you?
Definitely Michael Plant.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, the guy, he knows his stuff around just like the woods and just random stuff. He'd know how to, catch fish if we needed to, hunt animals.
You know how to survive.
Yeah, definitely.
If you could play any other sport, what would it be?
It'd be soccer.
Did you play soccer?
Yeah, I played soccer my whole life. I definitely miss soccer.
Yeah.
We were good. Our high school was good. They won the state championship this year,
really?
actually. Yeah.
Wow.
We lost in regionals last year, but yeah, I miss soccer.
What position were you?
I was defense.
I was a goalie.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's your favorite spot on campus?
Probably science hall. I go in there to study a lot. It's quiet.
Yeah.
I have a lot of classes in there, and it's just a nice area.
Nice. Who is the funniest teammate on the team?
That's tough. We have a lot of characters on our team. I'm not gonna lie. Quinn's pretty funny. I don't know how to describe him. Just a crazy guy, character.
Just a character.
Yeah.
Any superstitions or pregame rituals? Anything other than staying quiet? I know we talked about that earlier.
Honestly, not really.
No?
Superstitions, no, not really.
I feel like for me, I have to listen to the same songs.
Yeah.
And then I have to tap the top of the door frame before we leave the locker room.
Yeah, I guess I kind of do stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't.
You just don't realize
it sometimes. Yeah, I guess.
What is your go-to pump-up song?
I'm not sure. I'd say drill music.
Okay.
To get hyped, yeah, definitely drill.
I've never listened to drill, I don't think.
No, yeah, I would know. I wouldn't usually listen to it other than getting hyped. Yeah.
Yeah. Any drill music recommendations for our listeners?
I got no, not really. It's just all of it. It's all good.
Favorite Netflix or TV show to binge watch?
I like Young Sheldon a lot.
I love Young Sheldon.
Yeah.
Wait, that's the first answer I've ever gotten.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite?
Who's my favorite character in
Yeah.
it? Probably, I don't know, Young Sheldon probably. I like his brother too.
Yeah, Georgie.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's funny.
But I mean, I've watched all the episodes, and sometimes I just watch it again.
Yeah, I binge watched it and again. Did you watch the new? It's like the
new
Georgie
season?
spinoff.
No, I haven't.
I haven't watched it either.
But there is a new season coming out on Netflix. I saw the other day.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
If you could switch places with any teammate for a day, who would it be and why?
I'd say probably Nelly. I mean, he's a character too. Funny guy. I just want to know, I'd like to know what he thinks.
Know what it's like?
Yeah, know what it's like to live in his life.
What was your most embarrassing moment on the field? It could be any, like high school, whatever.
That's tough. Today, I actually got like lifted up by Sean Cassidy and like put to the
No
ground.
way.
That was pretty embarrassing. During high school, I'm trying to think. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think they're. I can't think of anything
It's
specific.
probably better that you don't remember.
Yeah, it's probably a good thing.
If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
To fly.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like that'd be sick.
I always say teleportation because then I
Yes.
could go to like Hawaii whenever I want.
That's true. That's
you know.
true.
Are you a morning person or a night owl?
Definitely morning.
Me too.
Yeah, I go to bed like mad early.
Yeah.
Friends make fun of me for it. Like
in bed,
at
tucked
night.
in, 9:30.
Yeah, exactly.
What is the best advice you've ever received?
That's tough too. I'd probably say be great at what you're good at. Like know the things you're good at and run with that and just try your best with that and like be great at that.
That's a good one. If you won the lottery tomorrow, what is the first thing you'd do?
Probably buy a car, a cool car, a sports car, give some money to my family.
Nice.
Buy a house in Lake George. It's a big thing. I want a house in Lake George.
A house in Lake George?
One day.
Big dreams, big
One day.
dreams. If you weren't a midfielder, what position would you want to play? Even though you said you literally play D-midi, sometimes offensive.
Probably attack, honestly. I feel like they just chill.
Yeah.
They chill on one side of the field,
Yeah.
hang out, have fun, and then when the ball comes, they just...
When I used to play lacrosse, I was an attacker.
Yeah.
Kind of an easy job.
Yeah, it's fun.
You don't want to know what goalie's like?
No, I'm good. I don't want to be shot at all day. Doesn't sound too fun.
No. TikTok or Instagram Reels?
Definitely Instagram Reels.
Really?
I don't even have TikTok.
Really?
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah, but I mean...
No doom scrolling for you.
Sometimes I'm on Instagram Reels doom scrolling.
They're funny.
Yeah.
Do you ever get those, like, AI videos?
No.
Okay,
What?
moving on. Dogs or cats?
Definitely dogs. I love dogs.
Me too. Do you have a dog?
Yeah.
What kind?
I have a mini Labradoodle.
Oh.
He's an interesting dog.
What's his
Definitely
name?
crazy. Levi.
Nice.
Yeah.
I have 2 pugs, Betty
cool.
and Wilbur.
Cool.
If your life was a movie, what would it be called? This is kind of a hard one.
Yeah, it's really hard. I don't know.
Blake.
Some funny movie. Yeah, like some just like comedy movie.
In bed by 9:30.
Yeah. Pretty boring.
What's a hidden talent you have that no one on the team knows about?
I don't know. No one on the team knows about. Well, at first, no one knew. I was like juggling one day.
You know how to juggle?
So I was working the field hockey game.
Okay.
And then I just started juggling the balls. And
As one does.
Yeah. And one of my teammates was working too.
Uh-huh.
And then I was like showing him. And it's become like this big thing on our team. Like a bunch of kids know how to juggle.
I'm not coordinated enough.
One day we went to the mall, like 20 minutes away.
Uh-huh.
And it's like empty mall. Like there's literally no stores.
Yeah. The Poughkeepsie Mall?
Yeah. And there's Friday night, these random ladies were just juggling.
Did you join them?
Yeah, we did join them. It was random.
What is your favorite childhood TV show?
I was a big Jessie, or
I
also
love
Zoe
Jessie.
101.
Oh, really?
My sister used to watch that. I used to
Yes,
watch
you
it a
watch
lot
it
with her.
too.
Yeah.
I was a big Victorious,
Yeah.
iCarly.
Yeah.
Love those shows. Would you rather play in the rain or 100-degree heat?
Definitely the rain. I hate playing in the rain, honestly,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't want to play in 100-degree heat,
No,
especially
that
on
sounds
turf.
terrible. Yeah.
That's the worst.
Yeah. What's one food you absolutely will not eat?
Broccoli.
Really?
Yeah. When I was younger, I used to just throw the broccoli under the table and let my dog eat it. When my mom used to try to force us to have
Classic
it.
story.
Yeah.
Any dream vacation spots?
Somewhere
Somewhere
very nice.
Somewhere nice.
I mean, we go to Lake George every year.
Nice.
It's
very
I
nice.
I love it there. But I went to Punta Cana once. That was really
Ooh,
cool.
Nice.
Yeah, something like that.
Who is the loudest teammate?
I'd probably say Dan Clark. He's always screaming.
Always screaming.
Always getting everyone hyped up. Yeah. We have some loud teammates. Some quiet ones
I
too.
could see that.
We do have a lot of quiet ones though.
Are you
But
one of the quiet ones, or?
I'm quiet until you get to know me. Then I'm
Okay.
louder. On the
Just gotta
field,
warm up
I'm
a little bit.
screaming a lot.
Mhm.
Yeah, but
Who is most likely to forget their gear?
probably Aiden Duran.
I know the story.
Yeah. He forgot our jerseys. It wasn't totally his fault. I'll say that.
Okay.
It wasn't totally his fault, but he did forget the jerseys. Monica came in clutch, drove 2 hours, I think,
Wow.
to drop our jerseys off. Yeah,
Wow.
that was rough.
How long was the game delayed for?
It actually wasn't delayed. We started in our pennies,
Okay.
and then we switched. We called a timeout, and everyone switched to the jerseys.
Okay. It's not,
Yeah,
not the worst.
Yeah, it's kind of embarrassing, but not the worst.
Most embarrassing moment.
Yeah.
Best dressed on the team.
Best dressed, people say James Flanagan.
Okay.
I say Nelly.
Okay.
Kid's got style. It's
Nice.
his own style. No one can replicate it, but he's got style.
Who would survive the longest? Oh, well, I kind of asked this already. We're going to move on. Most likely to be late to practice.
Noah. He's always late.
Always late?
Always late.
Does he get in trouble?
Yeah, we run for it sometimes. He hasn't been. He's actually gotten better, but
Okay.
during the fall when we had to wake up at 5:30, he was definitely cutting it close sometimes.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was not fun when we were running for that.
This is why you don't pick a running sport.
Yeah.
Would you rather have morning practice or practice super late?
Definitely morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like morning practice too.
Yeah, it's just get your day started, and then you have the whole day.
Yeah. If you could have, that's it. Well, thanks, Blake, for coming on today. You had some great answers.
Thank you for having me.
And be sure to vote for the Hawk Athlete of the Week on @NewPaltzHawks Instagram story and website. Click the link and vote for who you think had the best performance of the week. Voting starts every Tuesday and ends at 11 a.m. on Wednesday. You listeners get to choose the next guest on the show, so get those votes in. Also, don't forget to submit any questions you'd want to know about our next guest. Stay tuned to our Instagram for when it will be posted. Follow @NewPaltzHawks on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X to keep up to date with all information to support your athletes. And thank you for tuning in, and be sure to come by next Monday live from 7:30 to 8 p.m. on WFNP 88.7 FM for more news, updates, and to see another special guest. Make sure you stay tuned on our socials to find out who. And now, to conclude this episode, we are going to play a little game of Guess That Song. So, Blake, I'm going to play a 5-second clip, and let's see if you can name it.
It was Jesse, but
You know it.
Jesse's girl.
Yep. Good job.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on, Blake. It's a
Thanks for
pleasure to
having me.
have you. And we'll see you next time.